Hey pop pickers, it's Ed Chartmaster Bud here. I asked you guys recently to let me know which your most used shoes were of 2021 so far. I've crunched together the results, and here they are, the top 10 viewers' most used shoes of 2021 so far. Okay, firstly a few stats for you. So I had 122 votes casted total. There were 45 models of shoes. Can you believe that? That's just a small cross section. 11 different brands from what I remember. Nike had the most models in there with about 13. I think Saucony were second with 4. I don't know whether it's Nike just throwing mud at the wall and there's just so many models out there right now, but they were clearly the sort of most popular brand, I suppose. Reebok, Brooks and Puma had 3 each. Now remember, this is the most used shoe of 2021, so ultimately daily shoes have come out on top. You would expect that. You're not going to really see Next Percents here or Adios Pros. Not that you can really buy the Adios Pro, but hey, somebody might use it on a daily basis, I suppose. So we tend to find more versatile shoes here, and I'd just like to say a big thank you to all the people that voted and put their comments in there. I have got another one running right now, which is the most disappointing or sort of letdown shoe of 2021 so far. So head over to the community section and cast your vote. Just one shoe though, guys, okay? Because it makes it a little bit easier to put all the results together. Alright. The shoe in position number 10 is the HOKA One Clifton 7. So this got about 3.3% of the votes total. A daily shoe of very reasonable weight and some soft cushion underfoot. It certainly seemed to put the model back in contention. I know the 5 and 6, some original Clifton users weren't really that pleased with them, but it was a shoe I enjoyed to a point, not for the long run, so the arch gave me a bit of a problem there, rubbing over a certain number of miles. But for some daily activities, yeah, it was alright. You guys seem to like this one though, and it's worthy of position number 10. Vastly lighter than the new model. In position number 9, we got the Pegasus 37. I think this is a shoe that people have grabbed quite often over the last few months due to it being discounted with the introduction of the new version. There's been quite a few weeks where it's been on discount and they've kind of slowly pushed it out to the side now with the release of that 38. It carries on being a popular shoe though every single year. Even if there's a dodgy iteration from time to time, people still go back to the Pegasus. React midsole and durable traction here, clearly still worthy of a place on the feet of regular runners. The Pegasus 37 is position number 9. Position 8, the new kid on the block, the Puma Velocity Nitro. An attractive price and a very lively midsole. I think they're having a party in there. Lots of people have been looking beyond the brand. It's been quite clear to me actually that some people have preconceived ideas and things about certain running shoe brands, but with a real value price here, 3.4% of the total votes went to the Puma Velocity Nitro. Certainly a shoe I've been enjoying. I'll get a few more miles into this one now. The Pegasus 38 has kind of got to 100. This is going to become my daily shoe, I think, for the time being. So position 8 is the Velocity Nitro from Puma. Position number 7, with 4.1% of the votes overall, is the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit. Again, a shoe which has had a follow-up iteration released quite recently, but the original has seen most use from regular runners over the past few months. Seems like an age since this one came out actually. I remember picking this up in the latter part of 2019. It was a great daily, dependable option for me. I really enjoyed the React midsole. Feels a little different to some of the others, and if you can pick it up at a discount price, you can't lose. I never had any problems with the lockdown, which I think is a slight advantage actually for this shoe because it is a little lighter than the second iteration. So the React Infinity Run Flyknit is in 7th position. Just before I clear the decks behind me, if you're enjoying the video today guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos for you. And it really helps the channel out if you give this video a thumbs up like and also share it with your running buddies. A surprise inclusion at position 6, the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent Flyknit. 4.2% of you voted for this shoe as the one you've used most in 2021. Zoom X, React, the nylon plate, and of course those AirPods. Some didn't like it, but I think those that did really loved it. Certainly a valued pacey offering in my rotation, and one of which has really struck a chord. Glad to see a few more people have picked this shoe up and actually really enjoyed training in it at some faster speeds. So at position 6, it's the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent Flyknit. Into the top 5 now, and pretty much 5% of you voted for the HOKA One Mach 4 as your most used shoe of 2021. A light and very nimble offering. One that's actually grown on me over time. The more and more I use it, the more and more I enjoy it. An excellent upper and quite forgiving feel underfoot. Readily available and only some minimal drawbacks to this one. I mean, even the outsole wear seems to have slowed down a little bit. I've certainly been enjoying the Mach 4 for some daily activities, so I can't disagree. So, position 5 is the HOKA One Mach 4. 5.7% of the votes goes to the shoe in position 4, which is the Asics Nova Blast. Obviously we've got a sequel coming up on this one very soon. I think Asics realised just how successful a shoe it has been for them. Tons of people have been enjoying this shoe. I think it's a good balance between cushion, weight. I mean, the upper fit could have been dialed in a little better, but it's just readily available and often discounted as well. I think those succulent sales and daring discounts really have helped the Nova Blast kind of get out there to more and more runners. A bit like a slow burner, this one. I don't think loads of people were interested in it early on, but as time's gone by, more and more of you have picked it up. Clearly that's one of the reasons why Asics have hastily bolted together a second salvo. So the Nova Blast is in position number 4. The big 3 now, and with 7.4% of the votes, it's the Reebok Float Ride Energy 3. A huge number of those valued Eddbud viewers have been munching the miles with the Energy 3 in 2021. A great package for me all round really. I think I'd probably call this one the SL20 of 2021 so far. Almost everybody that's tested it really seems to enjoy the shoe, and I know some of you have picked it up for some insane discounts. I think there was one chap managed to get it for £29. I'm amazed that more people actually haven't picked them up and reviewed them on their channels. Maybe people have got some preconceptions about the brand, but no Reebok shoe has failed to provide me with some level of enjoyment, at least so far. The Reebok Energy 3 is in position 3 in today's chart. In position 2 is the Invincible Run Flyknit from Nike. So this ZoomX shoe had about 10% of the votes overall that were cast by the viewers. Aside from obviously the Next Percent and the Alphafly, this is the only fully equipped ZoomX shoe in their line right now. Now this shoe and I agreed to disagree on a few things. I really didn't like the upper all that much. I'm not sure I'd want to run around in it now either, in these warmer temperatures that we have in the UK. Overall in the poll, 32% of people voted for a Nike shoe, so you're getting on for just under a third. And of all of those people, 31% voted for this one. So that just goes to show how popular a shoe it is. Clearly that cushioned mass is helping runners get out there pretty much every day and represents a viable option for regular use. Goes to show, my opinion is just that of one man. And I'm always happy to be proved wrong as well. In fact, I really like that. My views are just that, exactly. That of one very strange, eccentric man. But I'm glad loads of you are enjoying the Invincible Run and getting lots of miles into it. That makes me warm and fuzzy. So, you probably guessed it, in the top spot with a whopping 17.2% of all of the votes, it's the runner's reliable. The enthusiast's secret, the Saucony Endorphin Speed. Light, nimble, and very forgiving. I think there was about 21 votes overall for this shoe. Clearly, far and away the most popular and most used shoe from the viewers over 2021 so far. It just simply doesn't seem to die away, this one. I think it's a great performance to price kind of ratio, a shoe that you can use on a daily basis, but you could easily race in this shoe as well. Long may it rain. All hail the Endorphin Speed. And this one has very special memories to me. I remember just after my son was born and we knew all was okay, all was well, and he was alright. I ran out and ran in this shoe, and I haven't ever felt that sort of liberating, joyous feel before. It was different. Things had changed. So this one will always have a very precious little part of my heart. Thanks for voting, everybody. I do appreciate it. Wasn't that fun? As I said, I've got another one running at the moment for the biggest letdown shoe of 2021 so far, so please do cast your votes over in the community section of the site. Dankeschön. A quick musical interlude for you. Been doing a little bit of trail running, testing out a new trail shoe recently. It took me back to the sounds of Prairie Wind by Neil Young, which was released in 2005. 10 tracks here and not a single duff tune on the whole thing. The Painter is a beautiful intro, woody acoustic guitars, and a very 3D kind of graphic presentation and production. It sounds like Neil's just right there in front of you. One of my favourites on here is called It's a Dream, which is clearly Neil Young thinking about the past, thinking about when he was a boy, some of the simple things in life, like hearing the train, fishing by the river with his bike up against the tree, how he's thinking back, being an older man, and all those wonderful memories, sipping on the sweet nectar of his memories, I suppose you could say. This old guitar as well is a beautiful song, talking about the history of one of his acoustic guitars, which I think was owned by Hank Williams at some point. So do go and check out Prairie Wind. It's one of these albums that almost feels like a sequel to Heart of Gold, which he released back in the 70s. Definitely worth checking out. Neil Young, the master. Okay, thanks for sticking with me to the very end, guys. I do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we roll out those new videos for you. And it really does help us out here at the channel if you give this video a thumbs up, like, and also share this video with your running buddies. My name's Eddbud, and I'll be seeing you